Hey there, guys and gals. The Introvert Oddball here, and welcome to part two of Lucky Enough to Have You SML fanfiction reading by me. So last time we got up to the first four chapters hold on, Just Like Any Other Day to Are You Sure About That? Now we're about to read chapter 5, Surprise, and this is completely unscripted as well. I have not pre-frued this at all, so I'm gonna I'm gonna stutter all over the place as per usual, and I'm just gonna pause the video right here to get more water, so I'll be right back. Alright, I just got my water. Now, let's continue right where we left off. Also, the video just got uploaded today, and I actually made that video just yesterday. Like, just 24 hours from now. So yeah, just made that video right today. It's my first video in 2 months. But anyway, with that all out of the way, let's read. Alright, here we go. Cody woke up and looked around the room. It was already morning. He glanced at Junior, who was still asleep. He smiled and began feeling his hair. Junior smiled in his sleep. Cody kept stroking his hair and noticed Joseph waking up. He never felt so panicked. He carefully placed Junior to the other side of the couch. Joseph rubbed his eye and glanced at Cody. What time is it? Cody pulled out his phone and checked. 9:53 a.m., 54% of battery. That's worse than me, Cody. I usually wake up around 7 or very recently 5 or 4 a.m. Cody placed his phone down and looked at Joseph. It's almost 10 in the morning. Damn, I've been asleep for long. I normally wake up at 8 or early. He stopped rubbing his eye. Well, yeah, I guess that movie was boring to watch. Cody began to sit up. Yeah, it was pretty boring. Since we've seen it 10 times, Joseph laughed. Cody glanced at Junior, who was still asleep. He looked adorable while asleep. Oh, Junior, still asleep, huh? Joseph looked at where Junior was. Yeah, Cody said, staring at him until Joseph spoke up. Let's play with Junior's toys so he doesn't get selfish like he is. Joseph headed for Junior's room. Okay then, Cody followed him to Junior's room as well. Minutes later, Junior started to wake up. He rubbed his eyes and looked around the room. Guys! He looked around again. He noticed that Cody wasn't on the couch. All right, we were sleeping together. Junior felt his face was warm. He suddenly missed the warmth of having Cody around. He started to get up and walk around. He headed to his room and heard Joseph and Cody's voices. He entered the room and the two looked at him. Oh, you're finally awake, Joseph glanced at him. Yep. Junior sat on the floor with them. So, what are you guys doing? He looked around. Oh, we were just playing with your trains. Joseph picked up one of Junior's trains and set them on the track. You're not playing with Thomas, right? Junior stared at them coldly, only for a moment. Joseph sighed with annoyance. No, Junior, we're not playing with your damn Thomas train toy. Tank engine. I'm sorry. I'm just a former Thomas the Tank Engine fan, and when I see people call Thomas the Tank Engine a train, it just slightly bothers me. Yeah, Cody looked away from him, but little did he know Junior doesn't know Cody has it hidden in his hat. Joseph doesn't know this either. Are you sure? He asked again. Yes, they both answered. Okay. Fine. Junior went downstairs to scream Chef Pee-Pee's name. Alright, I'll be right back. I just gotta spit some gunk out of my mouth. He always thinks that we're going to do something to his precious toy. God. Joseph got annoyed and continued playing. Cody had to agree with it. When he first went over to Junior's house, Junior didn't want him playing with Thomas or any other trains. Junior kinda has been selfish sometimes, but Cody still thinks that Junior does care about them, even though he's an asshole sometimes. That is true. Cody can sense some kindness in Junior, but he won't actually show it. He just hide it with a bad attitude towards them. He also thinks that Junior might be hiding some things from them, but it doesn't look like he has problems right now. Oh well. Junior with different arrows pointing in like direction. Like there are two arrows, like two of them going that way and two of them going that way. They look like brackets in between Junior's name. Here, I'll show you. Right there. See that right there? That's what it looks like. Sorry if I had to show you my laptop. I just didn't know what to call those things. Anyway, I asked Chef Pee-Pee if he could make us some mac and cheese. He sighed and said yes. I walked away and went upstairs, and just about to enter my room, I heard some talking about me. I stopped and listened carefully to the conversation. He always thinks we're going to do something to his precious toy. God, it was Joseph talking. I thought about that. Are they talking trash about me? I listened for more, but there was silence. For a while, just as about he was about to go into his room, Cody was talking now. Yeah, I mean, when I came to his house for the first time, he didn't want me playing he didn't want me to play with anything else since he thought I was weird. Hearing that made me kind of guilty for some reason. I've been so selfish all these years. No one even mentions anything about it. Exactly, if we ever suggest something we want to do, he'd just get pissed about it. Joseph began speaking again. Damn, Joseph has a point though. Oh, I thought about it more and more. Guess I could use a little change, but not right now, or else it would be suspicious. I looked at my hand for a moment. Then I was ready to walk in. I walked in and got greeted with forced smiles. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we're on to chapter 6, secrets. Let's do this. Cody. This is him thinking or talking. When we saw Junior entered the room, Joseph elbowed me to force a smile to act like everything was okay. I forced a smile on my face. The look on Junior tells me he knows something is wrong, but he didn't ask anything about it. He smiled and waved. He just smiled. He just smiled back, and asked what we should do. Joseph suggested we play house all together. I was going to suggest something else, but I agreed to it. We split up to get dressed in our playtime outfits. The three boys began playing. It started with Joseph washing dishes like always. Junior came up behind Joseph and greeted the wife with a kiss. They started to spit and gag, then got back to playing. Cody was at a distance, getting ready to play his role. He got a tingling feeling when Junior and Joseph kissed. He ignored this feeling and stepped forward to do his dialogue. Playtime scene, secrets. Cody was just sitting at the table all by himself, waiting for what kind of scene they were about to do, until he saw Junior sat down on the table beside him. Cody got ready to say something, but Junior was the first to speak. So, honey, what happened to Ken? He opened a beer. Cody had to act like Sally now. Cody had to act like Sally now. He didn't want to be a girl, but now he's used to it. We split up, Sally. Cody sighed. Sally, or Cody sighed. Oh, is that so? Junior was beginning to look awful. Is he drinking real beer? Cody thought, but he had to stay focused on the playtime. Yeah. Junior began to get up and Junior began to get up and got closer to Cody. There we go. Cody started to get nervous, but at the same time he had concerns for Junior. Junior, you don't have to continue playing anything. Cody tried to push him off, but Junior wouldn't stop his actions. Of course, Cody would want this, but this time he didn't want this. A few moments later, Junior overpowered him and pinned him down. I'll tell you something. How about we make sure we don't split up? Your mum's a whore anyway. What are you going to do? Cody was screaming in his mind. He wasn't too sure if Junior was really drunk or pretending to be drunk. It's surprising that a small turtle can overpower a Magic Cooper who's a bit taller than him. The situation was getting out of hand. Where was Joseph? Was this part of the scene? They don't have a script. They don't have a script for the play. They just play in any way they want to. Oh, don't worry. This will only hurt for a second. Just as when Junior was going to do something else, Joseph finally appeared. Junior, what are you... Junior, what are you doing? That was my Joseph impression. It sucks, I know. Joseph looked shocked. Cody was relieved to see Joseph. I'm getting laid, woman. I'm getting laid, woman. Junior screamed at him. With our daughter? Junior was walking forward and picked up Junior. Oh wait, no. With our daughter, Joseph was walking forward and picked Junior up. You should know better, Junior. He huffed and walked away. Junior snapped out of his act and looked at Cody. By the way, it was just pretend. I didn't mean to hurt you if I did. He smiled and walked away to do the next thing. Cody just laid there in shock. What the hell? Junior had some good acting talent. Yeah, tell me about it. So it actually continues a tiny bit of the dialogue from just the tiniest last bit of the dialogue from the last chapter. This chapter is called Oof, and it says literally what it said the last chapter. Cody just laid there on the floor processing what just happened. What the hell? Damn, Junior had a good talent at acting. At this moment, Cody didn't want to get up. He didn't understand if this was supposed to happen in the play. He sighed and sat up. He felt really good, but at the same time kind of uncomfortable. He knows that Junior wouldn't do that. Normally he would get turned on. But this time he isn't, which is surprising. Cody finally got up and ran after him. Junior, wait! In over an hour, they had fun. Yes. Cody's phone began ringing. He looked at his phone, it was his mom. He sighed and looked at both Junior and Joseph. Sorry guys, I gotta go now. The two boys awed in disappointment. Damn, that sucks, Junior with a frown, but later smiled again. Oh well, see you at school, Cody. See ya, Cody smiled. He walked downstairs and opened the door. He began heading out. Cody walked down the sidewalk. Lights are on, it's dark. It's dark outside. He doesn't mind walking alone since he's used to walking 9 miles back and forth. The boy was close to his house until he saw a figure standing there. He couldn't see who it was, but the figure was walking towards him. Hey, you're that gay boy at school, right? The figure was male. He kind of spoke at a deep voice. He was almost the same height as him, but since it was dark, Cody couldn't see who it was. Yeah. Oh, good, cause I'm going to beat your ass real hard. He put his fists together and cracked his knuckles loudly. Cody gulped and felt nervous. Sure, he always bragged about being strong and defensive, but in reality he had no fighting experience, even though he hits Junior roughly when he says something stupid or does something that bothers him. Cody didn't want to fight with this whoever kid. Apologies for that. Cody slowly put his fists up, trying to defend himself. He plans to run after the kid comes running. Perfect timing. Cody began running as fast as he can, but he felt a tug on his arm and immediately got punched in the face. Cody fell to the floor and rubbed his cheek that was starting to get swollen now. Ha! You thought you could run? You thought you could run? You thought you could run away, gay boy? Cody just glared at him. Who's this kid? Why does he want him? Does he want Junior or Joseph too? What did he ever do to him? As soon as Cody tried to get up, bam! Another punch. Cody wasn't going to have this. He looked at his phone, but it was on the other side of the road. Cody wasn't going to have this. He looked for his phone, but it was on the other side of the road. I'm sorry if I repeated that multiple times. You know what? I'll be back. Apologies for that outburst over there. I keep apologizing a lot very lately. I just don't know why. I really shouldn't. It's a fucking terrible thing to do, but I just do it anyway. I'm sorry about my little outburst there. It's just that I just heard someone peeing out there and he didn't close the door, so it slightly bothered me. I apologize for my outburst, and I apologize for that little outburst I just did. Anyway, back to the story. Of course, he tried to reach for it until he felt kicking. Cody looked at the kid and finally kicked him back. He reached for his phone and put it inside his hat. He didn't have time to call now, nor text, neither turn on locations. After another punch from the kid, Cody kicked the kid in the gut. He started running off faster. The kid was snarling in pain. Consider yourself lucky. I'll get your ass next time. Cody ran off to the woods, far, far, far away from that kid. He eventually reached where the lake was. He was safe. For now. He pulled out his phone and texted his mom. Text, Sunday, 11:52 p.m. Damn. It's literally, like just a few minutes from 12 a.m. Cody, don't get mad. I'm going to be home late. Mom, of course not, my Codykins. I understand. Love ya. Love you too. He slipped his phone back inside his hat. He sighed and sat down. He felt something dripping. Blood. He was nose bleeding. Cody felt his cheek again. It was definitely swollen. He couldn't let his parents see this. He didn't want to get beaten again. He just wanted to go home and lie down in his bed, but he didn't know if the kid was still out there. He had to take a shortcut in order to avoid that kid for sure. He took notice of his surroundings. He pinched his nose to stop the bleeding, then looked around and started walking on his way home. Hope y'all enjoyed this chapter. Please let me know about what you think. Next chapter is called Pain. Cody arrived home, luckily enough to not bump into the kid again. He looked around to see if his parents were around. Of course, he had come home with them arguing again. He sighed and walked to his room. They didn't notice him walking by. He walked in and locked the door. He got an ice to help heal the brutal punch he was given. Luckily, his nose bleeding stopped. He laid down on his bed and looked at his ceiling. Should I tell Junior and Joseph what happened, he thought. He thought about it and decided not to. He didn't want to start a commotion. Cody lied down to the side and laid his head down until he felt something in his hat. He pulled the object out. It was Junior's toy Thomas. Cody smiled and hugged the toy in his hands. He felt so much warmth and thought about Junior. He wanted to tell him how much he loved him and wanted to hug and kiss him. He kept the toy in his hands and fell asleep with it. Junior was heading to bed. He made sure that he said goodnight to Chef Pippi and his father. He headed to his bed. He felt happy about today. Then he got a message from Joseph. New message from Joseph. Yo, I hope you're okay and all. Night, bro. Junior smiled and wrote back. Good night, broseph. He put his phone down and thought about Cody. He wanted to text him to see if he was okay. He almost picked up his phone but hesitated. I should leave Cody be. He's probably asleep now. Junior left his phone there. He tried to get comfortable. I'll see my best buds in school tomorrow, and I hope Cody walked back to his house safely, he thought. Junior quickly went to sleep. The next day, Monday, 7:38 a.m. Junior woke up and stretched. He had pretty good sleep. He went to the bathroom and combed his hair for a bit and went downstairs to eat. Chef Pee-Pee was annoyed like always. Junior just ate cereal and raced out the door when he finished. Bye, Chef Pee-Pee! Chef Pee-Pee just waved and looked at the bowl Junior left on the table. He sighed and started to wash it. Junior met up with Joseph and the two of them started walking to school together. Junior wondered where Cody was at, but he was sure he was already at school. Joseph and Junior arrived at school and walked into their classroom. Toad was vibing to music. Every day is the same. Toadette was just being annoying, of course. Jeffy was scribbling scribbling on his desk. Seems like him. Bullet Bill was just on his phone, not giving any fucks. Understandable. Ow! Ow! Ow, that was a violent cough. Junior then saw Cody with his head down. Then he thought something might have happened yesterday with him. He walked towards to him and almost tapped on his shoulder until the teacher came into the room. Alright, class, shut the hell up. I'm going to take roll now. He looked at the notebook he was hold, but then had to place it close to his eyes. Oh wait, but then he had to place it close to his eyes. Okay. I can't see shit. He started calling roll and kept ranting about his slant eyes. Is this Jackie Chu? I think this is Jackie Chu. Junior rolled his eyes and sighed. Nothing more boring than a teacher ranting for so long. Cody eventually raised his hand. Yes, Cody, got something to say? Yeah, I need to go take a massive whiz, he said. Okay, fine, but don't take too long. Yeah. He kept staring at the notebook. Cody opened the door and walked out of the classroom. Junior raised his hand when when be right back. Junior raised his hand when he closed the door. Yes, Junior. He looks at him, but can't really see him that well. I was wondering if I could go to the bathroom too. He looked at him. Yeah, sure. Jackie Chu. I think it's Jackie Chu, not Jackie Chi. Began reading, and then he started talking about slant eyes again. Get it? Because the character has like dots, has like sort of these for eyes, like Brock from Pokemon. Junior walked out and went into the hallways. He looked around. There was no one around. Then he walked all the way down to the boys' bathroom. He opened the door and entered. He saw Cody looking at himself in the mirror. He hasn't noticed Junior yet. Junior looked at Cody only for a few moments before making a little noise. For Cody to notice him. Cody turned around to look at him. Junior couldn't believe his eyes. He saw a big bruise on his face, one on his cheek and one on his nose. It was reddish and purplish. Junior, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in the classroom? He looked away. Nah, fuck the classroom. I just wanted to see if you're okay. Junior looked at him, but Cody wouldn't look at him. I appreciate the concern, but I'm fine, Junior. You should head back to the classroom now. He still hasn't looked at him. Cody then faced the wall, avoiding eye contact. This made Junior worry about Cody. He walked towards him and forcibly made Cody to make eye contact. He finally turns to see Junior. The injuries are much worse when you see close up. Junior then did something that Cody did not expect. Junior lifted his hand up and then placed his hand on Cody's cheek where the injury was. This made him blush and blink hard in pain. Made him blush and blink hard in pain also. Cody, what happened to you? Junior asked. Cody had this nervous look on his face. He didn't want to tell the truth to Junior. It doesn't matter. It's not important. He looked down. Of course it's important, Cody. No, it's not. You shouldn't worry about someone like me. I'm not that important, Cody yelled. Junior got angry by this and forced Cody to look at him again. You're so fucking important. You're my best friend and you shouldn't hide shit like this from me. I want to know everything and I care about you. Cody, just please tell me. Cody stopped talking. He didn't know that Junior would care about him that much. Well, that's so adorable. You care about me? Cody hesitated. Junior began smiling. Of course, Cody, you're my friend. Friend, huh? Cody thought and looked at his friend smiling. God damn it, Junior, why are you always cute when you smile like that? Okay then, Cody smiled back. I was just walking home and I tripped. Junior had a blank face. Cody, don't give me that bullshit. Okay. He raised his hands up. I got distracted and I bumped into a fucking tree. There, are you satisfied? Cody! Junior had a pissed look. Okay, fine. I got fucked by someone last night. Cody crossed his arms. You got beaten up by someone? Junior looked at Cody for a while and stared in disbelief. The whole world stopped for a moment. How can someone do this? By who? Junior spoke again. I have no idea. I couldn't see that dickhead. I'm thinking he's going to come back again at some time, Cody said and looked down. Silence filled the room. Cody? Yes? Cody looked at the redhead boy. Can I come over to your house tonight? He looked serious. Yeah? This was unexpected, but he did predict something like this. After school? After school, Junior said. He then hugged Cody. Cody hugged back. They both enjoyed the warmth for a few minutes. Well, better head back to class now. Junior broke away from the hug and nervously smiled. Yeah, Cody smiled. Junior walked out of the walked out and peeked at Cody before the door's swings closed. Cody thought about the hug they had. I won't make this night weird like my other sleepovers, he smiled at his reflection and walked out of the bathroom. The school bell rang. The school day has ended, and Junior was going to walk to Cody's house. Joseph was walking to his house alone. Junior had texted Chef Pee-Pee that he was going to stay at Cody's house for the night. He then happily walked to Cody's house. 9 miles of walking, Junior didn't care. He just wanted to spend time with his friend and look after him. After 30 minutes of walking, Junior arrived and rang the doorbell. Surprisingly, Cody's mum didn't answer the door. It was Cody. Hey, Junior. He greeted him with a smile. Hey, Cody. Junior smiled back at him. He blushed for a moment and hoped Cody didn't see it. Come in. Cody stepped aside. Junior walked in and looked around. Your house looks different. Yeah, my parents just wanted to paint the walls and buy new furniture. Cody looked at Junior. My room looks different too. Ooh, I want to see it, Junior smiled. Cody smiled and let Junior into his room. Yeah, it's kind of boring. What do you mean? It looks okay. It looks okay to me. Junior looked at the organized room. Thanks. No problem. Junior sat on his bed and stared at the ceiling. Cody sat next to him, close, making Junior flustered. So what do you want to do? He looked away. How about we watch a movie? He looked at him. Sounds good. Junior sat up. What else? I don't know, maybe play some games. Cody had a confused look on his face. Okay, fair enough. Junior smiled and went to the living room. He sat down and Cody just put Netflix on. Really? What? You prefer to watch boring ass DVDs that are scratched? No, I guess not. Junior sighed, then looked around. Hey, Cody? Yeah? Where are your parents at? Oh, I don't know. Probably at a Jewish meeting or something. They're probably not going to be here all night. He smirked at the last bit. Junior took a while to understand that and turned red. All night? Author's note. Wanted to make a long chapter, and I also tried putting some dirty moments here and there. Hope you all enjoyed this chapter. And that's where I'm gonna have to end this part. I'm sorry if I have to end it again. It's just that chapter went on for way too long, and my video is almost coming to an end, and I just don't want to, let this video go on for a long time. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the second part. I'll make a third part tomorrow, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the bell to be notified every time I upload, and also hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. The Introvert Audible is out. Bye.